Hi everybody, I appreciate you all looking at my YouTube video last time I posted, which was almost 3 weeks ago. I'm going to show you what we've got that's sort of fresh in now. We've, out of the last group, we sold 26 total, so we've got a few left from the last go around. We did bring 29 in. That's the story of a really tough addiction with Honda CT70s and Z50s. But what you're looking at here, this first bike is sold to a wonderful group out in New York City. And this is a really poor shade of emerald, but for some people that really works because it gets them close to what they're looking for. It is an original H, and it has been restored entirely. This is actually not an accident. They chose this specific shade of the emerald, and this is sold. The yellow Survivor. This red bike is what is called a barn find. People talk about barn finds all the time, and I think we're allowed to have some grace for one another's decision about what that really means. I'll say that this is a bike that is exactly like, with no wash, with no detail, with no nothing. This bike came to us right out of a local barn, and it's a barn find. Some people like to buy them that way. It's very, 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 very inexpensive. I think the this particular bike, I believe this bike is 33 or 32. So it's a real affordable bike. This bike here is sold. One of the prettiest Riviera Blue CT70s I have seen. Obviously this was Riviera Blue. The two available colors in this K1 model, as you're probably all familiar with, is Candy Special Yellow there, and it's over next door at my build shop. I've got another Candy Emerald, Candy Ruby, but this is the Candy Ruby, just in case you don't know. So that's a barn find, incredible, original seat, starts on the first or second kick. This is we're starting to do some later model R's because of what they're bringing at Barrett Jackson and Mecum. It sort of drives some of our thinking. Obviously, we've got the soft tails cornered. We've got every one made. This again, Resto Mods. This group has not been for sale. I'm not really pricing this group because we wanted to throw those in the Mecum sale in May, and I just I'm gun shy. I'm not really pulled the trigger yet. The middle bike that's yellow is obviously, that's not a Honda CT70, that's a clone. It does have a title, which is kind of cool. You can register it. It is a 70cc Honda motor, I believe. And I'm sorry, it's not. It's a knockoff. It's a knockoff motor as well. And but that bike it's inexpensive. It's a whole lot of fun for $2,300 or $2,400, and it's a four-speed bike. 55-mile-an-hour bike. I know that personally. This is, we're going to come back to this incredible example here on the left is sold again to some of my new friends. And these are both accurate Candy Emeralds. Again, I've still got, we've got the barn find Sapphire sold as well. We have 12 or 13 Sapphires that are in production now, and I'll zoom over here. There's a couple back there that I just cannot get them over to the build shop yet, but I got 5 or 6 here, 12 or 13 over there. So we're not gonna run out of those anytime soon. We've got the blue greens. This one on the left is, as I've said, it is incredible. It's as flawless as you can get. It is also sold. Excellent buyer. And one on the right is very, very close to that. It's a great buy for what we're going to want for this one here. It's a great H model, a lot of original parts here, and that bike is $49. We've got also got this bike on the right. The Candy Gold is sold. The one on the left is a Survivor bike. Really, really excellent shape. We've done nothing to it. We haven't even washed it. You can if you can tell by looking at that chrome, it's hadn't even been washed. This little guy, the Mighty Green, is sold. The Topaz is sold. Got a couple more of these things in. These are incredible restorations by a good new friend of ours, and he's going to be doing all of our restorations on those. And you know, to that point, this very, very original pea picker, incredible amount of original parts on it. Better way to say it is one or two that are not original. The last trike worked really well. Our partner in our neighboring state here is just, he does a great job building these. It's automatic transmission, a lot of fun for a mom, a dad, you know, somebody right around. It sounds great. It runs 46 or 47 mile an hour. And so it's, you know, sounds great, runs great. And the 110cc is what we're pushing on this 110cc. And a starter. It has an actual electric starter on it, and so you don't use a kickstand. And big old battery right there, but it's mounted properly. It's, you know, it's well done. Great balance on this build. Find one nicer than that. That's I'm really impressed with the work this young man does. But that's a gorgeous lemon peeler, and I love the again, the originality and the extent of attention to detail that my guy did on this bike, and I'm really proud of it. Very, very hard to find. It's either second or third in popularity, in value. So again, Softails, the green bike, price that bike no less than 15 times, and no one's a taker. So I'm gonna price it a little differently next time. This is a collection. We do utilize this as a 401k, so to speak. The valuation product it qualifies for a pilot we're doing along with Prudential. Several of these Z50s are sold, and some of them are not. So let me know what you want. We have 3 or 4 of everything you're looking at here. Great crate. I've sold it 6 or 7 times. The crate people are not necessarily like the CT70 and Z50 people. They are not necessarily paying attention to their commitments as much. This too here is a great story. We're going to run these on Bring a Trailer in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so we were going to put them together, one price. Between now and that time, these are both 74s. They're both restored at a high level. Both of them are H model 4-speed bikes, in case you're wondering. It's ironic, 4-speed on a pink bike, but these are just gorgeous, and that color is actually very pretty. You know, men that wear pink do not have a masculinity problem, contrary to popular belief. Again, this is a bike I have not been offering to sell. You know, it's something I might take a look at, but if you're looking for an original 69 DAX 70, this has been, front and rear fenders were painted. The low style exhaust instead of the high style. High style would have been off-road, low style is highway, which is why you got these nice little highway street tires on it. It's just really cool. It comes, front end comes apart with an easy release right there. So a lot of thought process in those good old days. But yeah, we got a lot of them coming back in. I got one guy coming in with 6 or 7 this weekend. And we're going down to grab 12 or 13 south of us, 8 of them out of our build shop in Texas, and the rest of them are private owners that we had to locate for people that are looking for a specific bike. But You guys have been good to me. I really appreciate the followers. We're pushing 400 now, and eBay has been an outstanding partner to me as well, and we're very humbled by what's going on in that realm. Some of you guys have seen what I do, the magic that we perform on these barn finds, and putting this thing back together. And then when I show y'all the before and after picture, that sort of makes you a believer, but you're like, there's no way you didn't paint that, or you didn't do this or do that. Yeah, I'll tell you what I did and what I didn't do. And we will do very little to this bike other than do, I think, what my boys do better than anybody. We've got Honda mechanic. We tear this thing down. We balance and blueprint. I have had a few recently that have slipped through the cracks. So I've had to end up actually going back to the buyer and paying them their price plus transportation, bringing it back to Indianapolis, getting it finished on a different level, and again, mechanically related. This is something I never want to sell a bike that's not exactly like I represented it to be mechanically, and certainly all we have to go by is invoices and trust. And frankly, I've had a couple of guys that really disappointed me recently. So what we did is it cost me a few thousand, but my name is worth more than gold, as the Bible says. And I have, rebuilt a very broken life from 2007 and forward. That's one of the things I guess I really enjoy about what we're doing here. Being able to see, the original birthday, and then born again, born again. Seeing something that is just brand new, getting a second chance around. And that's, again, what my life has been about, what we really enjoy sharing with others, and that is the grace of God. He chases us with his mercy, believe it or not. And I'm thankful for the relationship I've got with him. And this stuff here is sort of a representation of integrity, which he expects from me as his child. And frankly, that's made me a good friend to many people. Many of you all that are watching this, I'm not a religious fanatic, just so you know. I'm saved by the grace of God, and in my case, I was as lost as a goose, and I was really loved this. So again, this is some of the stuff that we find ourselves involved in. So if y'all need parts that are, and you can be specific with us, we're sending a lot of these parts out to recycle them, get them re-chromed, things along those lines. We're out of room here. Hey, this is also a textbook barn find. And again, that's my interpretation. But you'll see this thing looking like a very perfect bike in 3 weeks. You won't believe it. And something I didn't have a lot of and didn't even realize it. And here I've got two real low mileage, 1,500 miles, real incredibly original bikes, because again, they were barn finds. Both of these bikes belong to the original owner, which is really amazing. You don't get a lot of that today, but I'm gonna get these bad boys cleaned up, and we're gonna show them to you again in a few weeks. But again, I appreciate all y'all, and we really, really do. And my wife, my life partner, and I we just can't say enough about the kindness that we've experienced dealing with people that love these Honda CT70s, because in case you guys aren't doing the counting, that we're all baby boomers. And I like dealing with people that like me. We kind of understand each other and speak the same language. God bless you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm here when you need me. You can email me at scott@CIL-CAP. That's C-A-P. So C-I-L, like Christ is Lord, cap, C-A-P, like in capital. It all belongs to him. Take care.